Hello everyone, welcome to my desktop collective video. What I took into this year was mainly working more strongly with concept. Looking back, maybe I was even more actively looking for what makes me a designer and what content I want to create. I feel like I have had some valuable experiences and realizations about my process, sometimes by things working nicely, sometimes by taking wrong approaches. I'm going to start with something more light, though. In IMD, we played around with Unity a lot, of course, and in the second assignment, we could just do whatever we want, really, which I found super nice because I was planning to work with 3D this semester anyway. So I found into it pretty quickly and decided to remodel some of my favorite type in Blender, making it 3D. I placed that into a Unity environment and played with materials, especially reflectivity, which I was looking to explore too. I went a little more into that, creating environments to reflect off of the letters, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome. It was nice to kind of cherry pick things I wanted to play with and combine that into one project, and I'm pretty pleased with the final result. So after this pretty light, quick approach, there were of course somewhat more substantial projects to work on. And that's where I'm going to get more into concept and translating that into design by talking about the image project and the second design project. Both assignments were very open, and with both projects, I had the experience of spending a lot of time and thinking on concept, figuring out what I want out of the assignment, but also what I want the assignment to include and turn into. With both, it took time, but I finally had these revelations of how to wrap it each into concepts I was happy with, and that felt really good. I guess I saw this as the first step in the project, just thinking. When moving on to the next step of translating that into a visual outcome, though, it felt challenging, and I think both assignments fell a little short for different reasons. With design, I combined mythicality and art analysis, wanting to create a publication about the history of witchcraft as told through art and literature. Here, the disconnect between conceptualizing and visualizing I was talking about became first clear to me. Though I was pleased with my content, I struggled more in visualizing it. I settled on a quiet typographical design and did incorporate visual elements I had worked out in previous sketches, but it didn't really feel fantastic. After speaking to Susanna, I realized how this may come to work more fluently if I conceptualize my content by and while designing and sketching, trying out more and letting design elements influence my content, not necessarily forming my content into a design and separating the two. With Image, I had set to create a garden of painted plants that I would convert to 3D models, combining the two mediums. I had tested a little, but without real results. At the same time, I found a style I also visually enjoyed, so I changed my work. The concept stayed the same though. I didn't realize until the end that I had really dropped my initial concept, so I felt I had missed the point somehow. I've learned that I should be very clear about what I want to achieve in an assignment and keep the concept I work out close and maybe, in the end, find the time to be influenced by different sources. I have since worked more on my initial idea of combining 3D and painted textures, and I've made some results, which felt more fulfilling, and I was more curious about working on it. With both, I'm still satisfied with the outcome, or at least where I am with it now. But the process often felt rough, and I think with an adjusted approach to what I have learned, I can create more efficiently and more satisfyingly. To wrap up this working with concepts, I want to talk about Playlab, which I really enjoyed. Reading texts on climate change and working key concepts out of them, collaborating in visual research, and then picking out what I connected with most was, now that I look back at it, a super useful experience. My process felt right and guided nicely here. I experimented with different visual styles, again 3D, but also illustrative work. I really feel like I had the chance to explore and play with making these three posters, and in the end, nicely wrapping them under one question. Especially having two steps of finishing, one for posting on Instagram after a week, and then refinement for collectives, was a nice flow of looking back and reworking. Additionally, learning to silkscreen one of the posters felt super rewarding. I feel like this is an experience of doing process right, and even though I see things to be improved, I guess that's always the case, really, and I feel satisfied with the final result. So for next semester, I want to adjust my process, being playful and letting that flow together with the concept, together with more experimentation. Thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye.